Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of September, including late August. Welcome, Leo. So we are in the sign of Virgo. The element is earth, and you are in your second house, which is the house of all that you value. So it's the house of value. So everything will come under scrutiny in your value system. Money, life, friends, all those sorts of things are coming through. So let's see what's up for you this 4 weeks. And we have justice. So we have karma here. So whatever you've done will come back to you. You put in good, good will come in. If you haven't been so good, good won't come in. It'll just kind of follow you until you do something about it to rectify it. It's the balancing card. So it's all about, yeah, karma basically. You reap what you sow. For positive or for negative. So let's have a look what that means and looks like for you. Okay. So where you are right now, Leo, is Wheel of Fortune. Another big destiny card. 2 big major cards already. 2 big work cards. So yes, the Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. For positive or for negative. If you've been putting in, you will receive. If you haven't, it's like, well, you know, start now. It's a very big, expansive card. It's about growth and expansion. It's about just following our path as we're meant to, for good or for bad. But especially things, you know, especially things that you value, whether you've been putting in there that's positive or whether it's been negative. This is the time, you know, it's the comeuppance time basically, Leo. So there you go with the Wheel of Fortune. You'll know exactly what that is for you. Let us have a look at the influencer. 3 of Swords. So yeah, grief. Grief coming in for a bit of a visit. We all get that it always comes when we least expect it. We miss people who have gone to the other world. We miss people who we may have fallen out with. And it sort of comes back around. It's very karmic. It's like, well, what was your position in that? What did you do? You know, and all those kinds of things. It's that balancing karmic justice card and Wheel of Fortune. So it's a real time of reckoning, I guess we're saying, Leo, for this next 4 weeks. Just go with it and see, you know, and try and rebalance it, I guess. So, yeah, because grief is grief and it comes in all sorts of unexpected times. Especially when we think, oh, it's sorted, but there it comes. And it kind of, you know, pulls us back down under for a little bit, doesn't it? But never mind. So that's going to be a bit of a theme this 4 weeks, but you can address that and you will know what to do and how to manage it. Let's see the background. So what, July, August, what was going on in your first house, your birthday month? 10 of Wands, yeah, a bit exhausted, like it's been an exhausting year. Quite tired, quite sort of like, oh yeah, well I'm really not feeling it, but energy levels sort of really sinking quite low into the red zone there. Time to sort of, you know, rejig things a little bit, and that comes in with karma too. We put too much effort into one thing, we get exhausted. We take on too much, we get exhausted. And then normally we become unwell or something. There's always something, isn't there? There's always like some kind of payment for, you know, overdoing it really. And it's usually physical body, you know, it's just exhaustion. So that was going on there, even though, yeah, it was your birthday month. Yes, you still shone brightly, but yeah, there's just that element of, you think, I'm exhausted. Recent influences. I mean, the Knight of Cups. offers coming through. For some of you, it may be some sort of little infatuation you've got going on here. Someone coming through. Just enjoy it if that's the case, Leo. But it's all about values this month. So what do you value? He can also represent sort of offers coming through. Just be a bit skeptical with that one too, with this guy here. It's sort of a bit being in love with the idea of love, but not really having the maturity to be able to cope with it in a way, because it is difficult. And for some of us, mature or otherwise, we just still, you know, oh yes, oh this is fabulous, but then it's sort of, you know, it questions whether it's immature. It's an immature card, so it's about, are you in love with the idea of love, or someone around you is in love with the idea of love, and therefore, you know, it can get a bit sticky. So just be on your guard to be a bit skeptical, Leo, of whatever this means to you, whether it is a real person for some of you, or it is just offers that are coming through that you're a bit like, no, I don't think so. Not yet. It's not right with the Knight of Cups. It's just very promising, but there's just something about it, it lacks. So there you have the Knight of Cups. And they might present it very well and it looks really good, but be aware. The lesson. Six of Swords. So going out of a difficult period into a much more, into a smoother period, I should say. Things, you know, have been a bit crusty this last couple of months, you know, a bit difficult, especially with the swords around. It's always, you know, it meddles with your head, and it's, we just kind of overthink, and then we, however, you're moving to smoother sailing now, so I wouldn't worry so much. This is a good card to sort of relieve yourself and know that, you know, you've been through the turmoil. Now it's a bit of smooth. There's a bit of a wind behind you. All that choppy ocean's gone, and now you can just cruise along for a little bit in your house of value and just sort of, yeah, just cruise. Near future. Queen of Swords. So, yeah, saying it how it is, bringing down the sword, getting rid of dead wood, not so much, just don't suffer fools really when the Queen of Swords is around. She might be, you know, you might need to do that for her, because she's just, yeah, she will just chop through everything and get rid of anything, and that's your polar opposite. Aquarius is the Queen of Swords, so, or the Librans or the Gemini, so really cutting through with her sword and, you know, saying it how it is, which is good, and that's probably really good for you at this time too. Let's see what's coming in that we're not realising. The World. So the end of a cycle coming through, which is good too. So you might be getting rid of a lot of things that you no longer value here in the Queen of Swords energy. Coming to that natural end. There's nothing forced about the world. It's just the natural flow of life and things. So we just go with that, don't we? So that's interesting as well. So looks pretty promising actually, Leo, especially in your house of values. How others see you. Eight of Swords. Giving your personal power away, saying yes when you mean no. Say no, because it is the value time as well. House of values. So just go, no. It's using that mind too, that mind over matter sort of element to Leo with you. Don't give your personal power away. You've got a few swords this 4 weeks, so you've got to be careful of how you sort of perceive things in your mind. Don't get caught up and don't sort of get lynched in by the Knight of Cups or someone going, yeah, it'll be all right, it'll be fantastic. When you're sort of feeling, no, actually, it won't. Not today. Yeah, so Eight of Swords. Challenging it is. A very challenging card. But then again, we all have to learn to say, well, actually, no, that's not the case. Sorry, I'm not doing it. Okay, positive feelings. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, fantastic. New jobs, new bit of money coming in, you know, money, unexpected money arriving, or just a new job or new sort of outlook on things as well. Doing really well with that. Being in your second house of value, there's always, you know, it's always nice to know there could be a bit of money arriving that you didn't expect. Really nice card for new beginnings anyway. And just maybe too, Leo, it just might be a new lease of life for you coming through into, you know, value system. I'll balance my home work-life balance more. I'll spend just as much good time at home getting things done as the energy I put into my work, because a lot of Leos that I know are very, very industrious with regard to their day job. So yeah, so just that balance there of, you know, the overall life-work balance sort of energy as well. Okay, the final outcome. We have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is speaking up for yourself and saying what you think. Often you do that anyway, don't you, Leo? But yeah, just saying what you think about certain matters. Sticking up for yourself, especially maybe in the workplace. That would be interesting, because I think this is the workplace is where all this drain of Ten of Wands has come from. So you need to sort of speak up for yourself a little bit more there, perhaps. Okay, let's have a look at your Wisdom of Avalon card, which we're going to, where will we put it? Let's put it on the Seven of Wands, because what is beneath this speaking up? Let's see the clarifier. Because as I know, Leos, they do speak up, but yeah, but why is that there? So let's see in what context that may be there. Okay, so underneath the Seven of Wands, which is speaking up for oneself, we have risk, 40, risk. This marker brings excitement to your path. You cannot know the outcome of the action you're being called to take until you do it. In this way, you're required to be blind in the forest for a time, risking all you know and all you've acquired on the journey for the potential of something better. Perhaps the training you require demands faith in what you cannot experience with your five senses. But reliance on the sixth sense, your intuition, can provide you with another type of sight to aid you in your journey. Very important questions can be answered now. Is engaging in the situation worth the risk, or does my inner sight tell me to wait until another opportunity comes? Am I willing to learn a lesson of defeat and surrender to the promise of unknown potential? Pray for guidance, ask for a sign. If the answer is yes, take the risk. If no, rest, regroup, and wait on the will of the divine mystery. Another sacred journey marker may reveal the answer. There you go. Thank you so much for listening, fellow Leos, and we'll see you next time.